Sunday on Denver 7. The search continues this morning after a day out on the water turned into a cry for help.
It's windy out there, and with weather like this, things can quickly change.
What we know about the search so far: a day of record heat brought the fire, how Coloradans are working to protect themselves if the worst happens, and an already important day got a special surprise for some Indigenous students at Metro State. Details on how higher education is becoming more accessible.
Good Mother's Day morning to you. Thanks for watching Denver 7. I'm Jessica Crawford.
And I'm Katie LaSalle. We appreciate you being with us.
We're going to start this morning with breaking news. A man still missing after tubing on the Cherry Creek Reservoir.
Our Denver 7's Christian Lopez reports now with what we know so far.
Crews will resume their search at 10 a.m. this morning. They say the 29-year-old man went out tubing around 6:45 last night. This was at the Cherry Creek Reservoir. They say he was not wearing a life jacket. The South Metro Fire dive team was called out to the scene. They were searching for hours last night.
There's a person in the water that was on a tube behind a boat. They were not wearing a life jacket when the incident was called in. It's always a good idea to be wearing a life jacket. It's windy out there, and with weather like this, things can quickly change.
The reservoir will be closed to boating today due to the ongoing search. The State Parks Department has taken over this investigation, and this is a developing story, so we'll keep you updated as we learn more. Reporting this morning, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
Christian, thank you. It was a busy day Saturday at multiple reservoirs across the metro. South Metro Fire and the Arapahoe Sheriff's Office responded to a water rescue at Chatfield Reservoir. That call came in around 6:15 when the wind picked up, and Poudre Fire Authority responded to reports of a missing paddleboarder and kayaker at Horsetooth Reservoir yesterday. Officials say all missing people were found safe just after 7 o'clock last night.
And we want to get you caught up on the other news happening across the metro today.
This week marks 10 years since Denver's camping ban was passed. The ban is still being fought in court, and an appeals court decision could come down within the next few days. Today also marking the start of the Advocates Against the Ban's week of action. They'll have community meals, trash cleanups, and protests throughout the day today. Starting at 9:30, you can head to Denver's Decade of Doom Facebook page for more info.
Well, today is the last day of the Cinco de Mayo Celebrate Culture Festival at Civic Center Park, and all weekend there's been special attractions, musical acts, dancers, mariachis, and more. This lasts until 8 o'clock tonight, and if you'd like more information, you can head to cincodeMayoDenver.com.
And here's an important follow-up to a cute story we brought you a few weeks ago. Remember that mother goose outside that Ark thrift store in Littleton? Well, today is the last day you have a chance to name her. Just head to the Ark thrift store Facebook page to make your submission. You could win a $25 gift card to Ark. The winning name's expected to be announced later on today.
And at 9:03, let's give you a live look over downtown Denver. Sun is shining, mostly clear skies today, not as windy and warm as what we experienced on Saturday. Yesterday, we hit a high of 89 that broke the previous record of 87 set back in 1989. Right now, it's mostly clear skies from Westminster. We did pick up a little bit of moisture up north and are still seeing some falling up over Rocky Mountain National Park. That's a live look for you where Longs Peak is lost in the distance there with some moisture falling over portions of northern Colorado, but it's mostly sunny skies and dry in Denver with upper 50s currently. Winds currently sustained from the south at 8 miles per hour, and it will pick up into this afternoon once again. It's a fast moving cold front. You can see up north picking up some snow showers just up into Red Feather Lakes, a rain snow mix there, and rain up to the border, and dry conditions here over the I-25 corridor and east, but off to the west you can see near Idaho Springs, Central City, a couple of showers here and there under a partly to mostly cloudy sky. Outside right now we're in the high 50s, low 60s downtown up through Commerce City and Thornton. It is going to be high 70s we experience for this Mother's Day, and I'll take you through the rest of the forecast and when we're expecting our next chance for seeing rain here in town coming up.
Saturday, we had at least 3 wildfires burning across Colorado. One in Keystone behind the resort, another just north of Pueblo, and a third right near Conifer. Luckily, all the fires were small, and crews were able to contain the fire near Conifer before it grew to an acre. Days like these remind us to be ready for wildfire danger, and there are steps that you can take to protect your family and your home. There was a Wildfire Community Preparedness Day this weekend, and as Denver 7's Patrick Perez shows us, multiple agencies in the metro are making sure Colorado families are prepared for the worst.
As the winds blew on another critical fire weather day, Agencies along the foothills were making sure homeowners stay ready as part of Wildfire Community Preparedness Day.
We need to have people get ready and prepared for wildfire. And generally, we're finding residents are not well prepared.
Cindy Latham and her group Rotary Wildfire Ready helped put on Saturday morning's event at Elk Creek Fire Protection District in Conifer.
We're trying to help people understand what they can do on their own property to create defensible space and harden their home.
And knowing how to prepare for an evacuation and what to bring with you is just as important.
Our first responders can only do so much, so we have to help.
In addition to having a go bag ready, they also recommend having clothes ready to go in case of an evacuation. That includes clothes that have 100% natural fibers, a hat, some goggles, just in case there are any flying embers.
That's on my list.
Okay.
That's on my list. I've got that, and my husband is going to help me on that. He may not know it yet, but he's going to.
Belinda Kane Widener lives in Morrison and came out to Conifer to hear from the experts as a rep for her HOA. What she's learned about trees being too close to evacuation routes is something she'll bring back with her.
It's going to be a process, but I think that the latest concerns and the emergency wind issue that's going on now will kind of make us move a little bit quicker in a direction.
It's not only crucial that homeowners remain prepared, but electric companies too. That's why Core Electric Co-op is using drones to inspect its 5,000 poles to make sure there aren't any hazards.
We're looking for broken cross arms, trees that are too close to the lines, anything like that is a hazard. We want to be able to identify and correct those issues very, very quickly.
At a time when a simple spark could ignite a wildfire, it takes all of us to stay prepared and be on alert.
And on those days that are even worse, like Red Flag Warning Day today, we're a little more on alert.
In Conifer, Patrick Perez, Denver 7.
So important to be prepared. Well, we're just getting you started for Denver 7 News here this morning.
And coming up, Indigenous students at Metro State will soon have easier access to higher education. It's all thanks to a new grant, what this means for their community.
Plus, trade school enrollment is up. We're taking a closer look at the numbers and the increased interest.
And before we head to break, we want to take time to wish some moms a happy Mother's Day. We're starting off with my mom here. Thank you for being my biggest supporter. I appreciate every phone call. Looking forward to seeing you soon.
And a shout out to my wonderful, amazing, kind mother. Thank you so much for all the love and care you give to our family day in and day out through all the years, all the skating practices. I love you so very much and can't wait to give you a big squeeze soon. We'll continue more of highlighting our co-workers' moms throughout this morning's newscast, and we'll be right back.